My name is, I don't want to say my name. Maybe it's because I'm still embarrassed by the things I once had to do in the dark. Just call me Kuku. I might be ashamed of it, yes, but it is what has been putting food on the table for my children. I have lived in Gaba for many years, in the fishing community where life teaches you to survive before anything else. There were days I tried to find decent work, anything honest, but it was never enough. The needs at home kept growing. At some point, I stopped asking myself what was right or wrong. I only asked, how will we eat today? That is how I entered sex work. It is not something I ever imagined for myself. It came with fear, shame, and danger. But I kept going because I had no other way, or at least that's what I believed at the time. Then one night changed everything. It was around 2 a.m. I was standing by the roadside when a man picked me up. He drove me to a high-end hotel. For a moment, I thought maybe this would just be like any other client, but it was not. Inside the room, he wanted to do certain things to my body that made me deeply uncomfortable. I refused. That is when everything turned. He picked up a bottle and broke it. The sound alone froze me. He looked at me and said the only way I would leave that room alive was if I allowed him to use that broken bottle on me, or he would slit my throat. In that moment, I felt my whole world stop. What happened next is something I still struggle to speak about. I remember the fear. I remember the pain. I remember feeling like my body was no longer mine. When it was over, I could barely move. I somehow found the strength to run out of that room, crying and screaming for help. I made it to the hotel lobby, hoping the management would help me, but they didn't. They chose silence over my suffering. That betrayal broke something inside me. I have never felt so abandoned. The only people who came to my rescue were fellow sex workers nearby. They heard my cries and took me to the hospital. They are the reason I am alive today. During my healing, lying in that hospital bed, I faced a painful truth. My body, the same body I had depended on to survive, had been badly hurt. In that moment, something shifted inside me. I asked myself, is this the life I will continue living? That was my turning point. I had already seen what Creative Youth Agency was doing in our community. I had watched them support vulnerable young women in the fishing slum, helping them learn skills, rebuild confidence, and find new paths in life. When I reached a point where I could no longer continue the same way, I decided to go there. I went there not because I had all the answers, but because I needed to know if a different life was really possible for someone like me. What I found was something I did not expect. No judgment, no rejection, just people who listened. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I still mattered. Through Creative Youth Agency, I attended sessions on reproductive health and personal safety. I slowly began to understand myself again, not just my struggles, but my worth. Later, I joined livelihood training and became part of a women's savings group. Being around other women who had their own battles gave me strength. Strength I didn't know I still had. Today, I am building a small business. It is not easy, and it is not yet where I want it to be, but it is a beginning. Step by step, I am moving away. moving away from the life that once almost destroyed me. Some memories are still painful, some nights are still heavy, but that moment did not define everything about me. I am finding pieces of myself again. And now, for the first time in a long time, I believe that my life can be more than just survival. I am slowly finding my way forward.
Download the Creative Youth Agency mobile app on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store to explore our impact stories, powerful journeys of hope, resilience, and new beginnings from the communities we serve.